I reckon he's a beautiful kid to watch. He's not a kid, but he's a very good player. As I say, the Parish boys, I think, will play better. They've got that kid that they dropped. What was his name? Copeland. He's a bit big in the legs still. I think he's got to get a bit fitter, but I reckon he's got some ability.
Lee Ellis has been hot and cold.
He needs to be more consistent because at his best, he's as good a player going around as you'll see. He's a good player. So I reckon they've got the nucleus there of being a better side. And I guess it'll start today because they haven't been kicking into position and whatnot is because the sides of the play, especially East, they put pressure on you. And at this stage, Anarchy will put pressure on them for the first 15 to 20 minutes, and they just can't put pressure on you for 4 quarters at this stage. So Winch will win, but I reckon Anarchy will go out and try and play really the best footy they've played. They've got the new opening. They'll have people out there. Get in there and play the best. And I reckon they'll give it a go for a while, but I think Winch, well, as you say, if they're going to back for that 5th spot, they might be battling for it with percentage. And they can't afford to beat Anarchy by 6 goals if the other sides that play them beat them by a lot more. So they need the percentage. I think they'll win. But, gee, I hope Anarchy, for opening the rooms today, good luck, and I hope you have a great day out there, boys.
Yeah, well, I mean, interestingly, the year I was out at South Colac, Winch was still in the Colac District League, and they were the whipping boys back then. You know, I think Shane Korth was coaching or just finished coaching, and they come across to the GD. Yeah, and I thought that's not going to end up well. And they haven't. Have they played finals since?
Yeah.
Mench
took them to a final.
He did too.
They called it Menchelsea.
Menchelsea.
And I mentioned on Rob's Sportsfix show earlier in the year because I had a big hopes for Winchelsea. I called it Shorelsea.
Shorelsea.
Yeah, but at the moment they're going to have to play better to do that.
Not Butchelsea.
Oh, Butchelsea, that'll do. But they will have to play better if that's to come about. But I think, yes, I'll give them the points today. All
right, the other game today is out at the Thompson Recreation Reserve. It's Past Players Day, I believe, out there. They had a big night last night at a certain establishment in town. A few of them caught up. You got Thompson playing Belpo Steel. Interesting to see a Belpo Steel rebound.
Part of it's the management. They're managing players. Like, I know Dylan Whitney has been in and out
Neville's son.
Yeah, for an injury that he does carry, and they're going to manage him. But I tell you, if they're more down than up, they won't want to manage him for the finals too much because they mightn't be there. But
won't get there.
I think they will. I think once they've got their best side in, I know we saw James run around in the 2s, Ettridge run around in the 2s, and I think James is back in the 1s. But once they get fit and playing, they'll be all right. They'll be in the top. Well, I had them top 3. With their inconsistency, I'm still going to put them top 4. And I don't know, but Thompson have surprised me a lot after that first game. You know, against North Geelong that day, North played some pretty good footy at points in the game. I know it was because of the wind, but Thompson looked a bit slow to me, and I thought, oh, yeah, they might be 4th or 5th. But by crikeys, have they played better since then? They beat Werribee at Werribee, which East couldn't do, and they did it only by 17 points, but from my sources say they were never in doubt. And they're playing a lot better footy than they played that day. Matter of fact, they'd be on top, I think, wouldn't they?
Yeah, Thompson, they are.
And they thoroughly deserve that. Them and East at the moment, I think, are the standout teams. They've got a 4-line if they can get it functioning with Freeman, who's been in and out with injury.
He's out today, I think.
They've got Jarks on the other half-forward flank, and they've picked up a bloke who can play football.
Darcy Troop.
Yeah, he can play football.
Mitch loves him.
Yeah, I know he does. But because I think he plays a bit of roughhouse when he has to. Is something that Mitch would have loved to have been able to do. But when you're a jib, you can't do that.
Wow.
Nah.
Wow.
But look, Zach Plant in the middle is a good player, but he's a strong player. But he's not the quickest, and I think that's their vulnerable spot. If you can get it out of the centre and run, you're a chance because they're a little bit slow. But their back line, Maguire's still down there. Sammy Jack has been a great player for a lot of years. And I think at the moment, if you played the grand final next week, it'd be East versus Thompson. And they're on top. They deserve to be there. And I think they'll beat Belpost Hill. But if Belpost Hill come out and play the best they can play, it'll be a ripper too. As a matter of fact, if this game's shit, half-time, we'll go over there and watch the second half of that. Can we do that?
No.
Jules, can we do that?
No.
So,
Thoughts, Dale?
Yeah, look, I think I don't. Well, as I said, I would have said up until last week that this game would have been a really good game, and I still think that's going to be the case. Belpost Hill, they're not reliant upon too many these days. They just seem to all have a bit to do. I reckon Thompson maybe need Darcy Troop obviously kicking goals. Cam kicked a couple of goals early in the contest when they were down there, and I don't know whether they got much from Jacko McLeod at this stage. He hasn't seemed to be in the goal kickers, but again, as you said, Jarks and also Freeman just add that little bit extra. Freeman not there today, but they've been able to find players that just get in there and kick their ones and twos, and as a team, they seem to be doing things a little bit better. I reckon this is, obviously, if we weren't here today, that's obviously where we would have gone to see. And I just reckon maybe the defence might be just hold them up pretty nicely, Thompson's defence, and make it a little bit interesting for Belpost Hill just to score. So.
And who was the bloke? Saligen. He's a good defender. He won the.
Yeah, Saligen.
Stephen Saligen.
Yeah, he got the Hotham Hotel dinner for two, I think, when we were down there. But sorry, before you go, Spot, there's two blokes that I left out. One of them came a couple of years ago, was not quite as fit as he should have been, went away and come back, was Jard Anderson. He is fit as he should be, and he's a really good player. And I think they've got one of the best ruckmen in the comp in Jarvis. He's experienced, he's a very good player, and apparently that's where Thompson beat Werribee a couple of weeks ago. He dominated the ruck. So, you know, they've pretty much got, a bit like East, they've got all the sections of the field covered. Their back line, their on-field, their ruckman, their forwards. They've got it all covered. Now it's just play your best footy, because if they play their best footy, they'll win today.
Well, you got this with Bisso, you know, he's been playing the half-back flank. No Jarks, so I've seen him at full forward last week.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the missing piece. But they have been screaming out for some pace on the outside. Mitch says it every week on the show. If anyone's quick, he can play on the outside. Yeah. You know, come down to Thompson, give Lynchy a call. So that may be where Belpost still could get them on the outside. But yeah, look, they'll be smarting after last week, the Hill boys. You know, they got the week off next week, then I think got East Geelong for Past Players Day the week after that. So, and they got Inverleigh after the next bye. So they've got a tough three great games coming up, and to lose 4 points like they did last week, you know, they've got to make a statement, come back and beat Thompson at Thompson would be a fair way to start it.
And they can too. I'll go for Thompson, but they can. Like if Dylan Whitney plays, I love watching Dylan play. Will Ford's as good a full forward as going around, possibly the best full forward in the comp. If they get it to him properly, he'll kick some goals for them. Bowie Collins should have won a Whitley medal by 7 votes, but was suspended. He's a very, very good player. These blokes don't stay down for too long. They've got a new bloke named Jet Herman, who Tony Dozen tells me he's the best player in the comp. Well, I'm yet to quite see that, but who knows? He's a very good player. Look, they've got some, what's his name? The bloke that played 300 games.
Basically.
Hey?
Caleb Basically.
Oh, they got him too. No, the backman who's been playing forward.
Bowie McNamara.
Bowie McNamara is as good a player going around still. So their list is as good as Thompson's, as far as I look at it on paper. But you don't play the game on paper. You play it on the ground, and they're playing it at Thompson. And they're form at the moment you go for Thompson, but don't write them off because they are a very, very good side. Ren Lovett's back, and he's not as fit as what you would like him to be.
He's never going to be with his knees now.
You wouldn't think so. But I seen that other kid. Can't remember his name either. In the seconds, did a bit of ruckman a couple of years ago.
Not Warrington.
No, bigger than him. The young kid that could jump. I'll go through it. I'll remember it later on, but I haven't even got him in my notes.
They've got a big bloke. He's about 6 foot 7, run around the twos. He's very raw.
Yeah,
I've seen him up at training during pre-season. So, anyway, we might go to a quick word from the sponsors, and then we'll come back and have a good look at this game for 10 minutes or so before the ball gets bounced. You're listening to Pulse 94.7, your home of local footy.
first quarter. Brought to you by Fairhaven Home.
Welcome back to Recharge Industry Ovals here out at Corio for our broadcast match of the day, which is Corio versus North Geelong. All right, gents, got about 10 minutes for the first bounce. Give us your summation on what's going to happen today.
Go on, Smithy, I'm sorting this out.
Yeah, to be honest, as I said, North Geelong, we saw them for the first game, and it was against Thompson. They were okay for 2 quarters, but again, kicking back into the breeze, they didn't do too much. They need to play 4 quarters of football. As I said, we spoke about 4 quarters of football being very important. But that day, Blake Miller, I think he kicked 5 the first game, and he looked pretty good. He gave a contest in the forward line. When the ball's on the ground, he worked a little bit harder, and I thought they were okay. Fair bit of reliance goes upon Tommy Swennerson through the middle of the ground, but again, he's the type of kid that when he gets the ball in his hands, you know you're going to get some value from him. I think he can be a real key for them. And I reckon the other thing they need to do, as I said, Mitchie Bibb that day at Thompson probably didn't have a big impact on the game, and I'm not too sure how many goals he's been kicking, but we've seen him kick bags of 4 and 5, and I think for them to win today, I think he needs to get his 4 or 5, and I would love to see Blake Miller do the same, and that would give them a chance against Corio, who have been exceptional, I would think, this year under their own standards, but it is nice to see that they're actually out there and doing what we've just said, being competitive in every game that they go into. They have fallen off in a couple, but the fact is they are giving themselves a great chance to win games of football, and that's where I think they've been their best. Toby and Joel Bennett, we know they're good. Toby Bennett, if he's playing today, as I said, let's hope he stays at that centre-half back position and is not tempted to go back and fill the role at full back just to hold one bloke down in Blake Miller because of his height situation. I reckon that job could only go to Jackson Doyle, to be honest. I think he can be another bloke that can actually fill up a hole back there. So let's hope that is the case. And as I said, I'm going to tip Corio only because it's here at their playground, and I think they have done enough for me so far this year to say that they are good enough to win another game of footy.
Grub?
I can't believe it. I'm looking through there. Have I got the right team sheet? Tommy Swennerson isn't playing.
He's not named. Hasn't been named.
Well, that's okay because there's someone out there in 25. So
25 is Tim McDonald, mate.
all right. Well, I've got Tommy Swennerson on that list you gave me yesterday, so that's one. So there you go. Well, there's another hole that they are definitely going to spin. So where I was a little hedging my bets before, I'm now firmly in the board of Corio.
I believe he worked night shift last night.
Okay.
And that's why he's out. So
That's a big loss because he's their best player and he is in the elite of the competition. And at the moment, they haven't got a lot of players who are actually elite. Today's game, I better reach for the Hotham Hotel dinner for 2 now because you two blokes are going to give it to Jack Hall. I know that after you did it last time. So
hey, 2 blokes can't be wrong, Grub.
No,
Sorry.
Now, yeah. So
I'll tell you the other bloke that's missing from Corio today that I was pretty impressed with last time was Logan Dixon. And he's not in their side
Cornwall's
either.
missing too. Not Cornwall. Number 5.
Yeah, that was him.
Was it?
Yep.
You run around here in a
Logan Dixon, number 5. Yep, you're right. Yeah. No, I didn't see him running.
Bo Burney. Bo Burney's not
Bo
playing
Burney's
either.
not playing either. No, there's a couple of big holes.
Yes.
So you haven't done your research, you blokes.
Yeah, no. Well,
Have you done yours?
No. But I had to work this morning.
Anyway, keep going, Grub. Give us
Right.
your.
I'm really impressed with the way the Corio side and the Corio people have embraced a modicum of success so far. They've still got a long, long way to go. I know I've said it a million times that they've got their off-field right. Linda Bennett and all the committee down there, the work they do is just unbelievable. Their rooms, I went in there before to the toilet. They're great toilets. They're,
Wow.
It's just, but it's just a great building, and we're hoping
It
that
is.
Anarchy will do it, and they've done that. And they've been able to attract some players. They've got Destin Burns to the club. They've got the Gelinic boys to the club. And they were all very, very good when we last saw them.
Mm-hmm.
But let's face it, it does still rely on the bloke that I think's the best player in the comp, and that's Joel Bennett. I still think he's the best player. And North Geelong have to tag him. We watched him at Anarchy here the other day. They had a bloke tag him for 2 quarters. And he did a good job. And then they stopped tagging him, and he finished up getting 12 possessions in the last quarter. So,
Who gets a job?
well, I don't know yet. I haven't really looked at their side through and through.
I would say a fit Charlie Farrell would be an ideal bloke because you can run both ways. But I don't know whether Charlie Farrell's as fit as he ever ever been, though.
Yeah, and that worries me too, because without Tom Swenison in there, you'd think Charlie might be there, nearly their best player, and they need some drive from him. If they did that, you wouldn't. I know that people think there's not a difference, but there is a difference between a tagger and a run-with player. So you don't just tag him and stop him from getting the ball. You've got to get there and get the ball yourself.
Well, you play Charlie Farrell on him, go head-to-head.
You can do that. You can do that, but you've got to take him off there for a while and give him a bit of freedom so he can use his skills.
Well, that's what I mean. You go head-to-head with him. You don't actually tag him. You go head-to-head.
What about a Corio?
Corio could be one.
Is he playing, is he?
Yes, he's playing.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Grubby. Where's the army of your glasses gone, mate?
Oh, I lost my glass. I had to find these old ones.
Elmer's there. 22.
Yeah, the word was that he wasn't going to play, so...
He may be the one, Dale. He may be the one that has to go to him.
Well, I'll tell you the other bloke that has impressed me in nearly every time we've seen him is Jackson Jewell. Now, again, do you give him the job or do you take away his strengths and being a good player for the North Geelong side? So I honestly don't know. As I said, I'm glad I don't do that part of things anymore in coaching. I'm glad I sit behind a box. I can throw up a lot of things, but none of them probably make any sense.
I don't think North are in a situation where they can actually take one of their better players and run with him. I think they're going to put someone. They've got to have just someone who's just going to try and stop him, because they don't have the cattle. If they put one of their better players on him to stop him, they're losing that drive. And I don't think they've got the players that can actually do that now.
Yeah, but the risk might be worth it because, as we know, he can tear you to pieces.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it might be robbing Peter to pay Paul, but the Jewel boys can play a bit. They obviously didn't get their ability from their old man. Their old man was a good player in Werribee Central second. Sorry, Julesy. I know you're here somewhere. He's probably listening to it in the car. He's one of the greatest blokes you've ever met.
I'm just waiting for to hear the door slam over the other side of the ground and come around.
No, too nice a bloke for that. But, they went down to Lara. Possibly not quite good enough for GFL football. They've come back here. They're good players. Blake Miller will be a big target down there. He's a good player. Mitchell Bibb, as we said earlier, he's another target. Sam Reynolds is okay. Well, I've already spoke to Sam this morning, and I said, remember, black and white jumper. Because at Thompson, he kicked it to the purple and gold all bloody day. So
seen a bit of that last week, mate.
Yeah. So, but he's solid. But he'll probably get the job on one of the either Burns or Jelinek.
Yep.
And both of those jobs will be a very, very tough job because I really like those kids. Beecroft's been around a while. Henderson's not a bad player. He's given us some good footy. If they play their best footy, we're going to have a ripper. But when I pick a side to win, I try and pick it on actual form. And if you go on form, the win against West, Linda Bennett started crying. She was that happy. Because the win against Anarchy, they thought they would get.
Yep.
The win against West, they were hoping more than anything.
Well, yep.
So their form, to me, I'm going to go with form, and I'm going to go for Corio. Form at the Devil's Playground. But I tell you what, I hope it's an absolute rip snorter.
Yeah, well, I agree with you, mate. All we want is a really good game of footy, don't we? So, obviously North got a bit to do to get their first win for the season. Cry, look, it's fine to beat Anarchy and knowing you're going to win those games, but to pinch one from a side that's going to, looking to play finals is a fantastic result.
It was a ripper. And I look at the ruck on Davis and Green. That'll be a good battle too. Two young fellas who are both playing pretty good footy.
Well, I think the White versus Miller might be the key.
Yeah.
To say.
Yeah.
That would be for me. Is it happening that way?
Yeah, he's heading that way.
He's heading that way. Yeah, there he goes. So that'd be a key matchup, I would have thought. So anyway, first quarter brought to you by the Commonwealth Hotel. About to get away. Dale, all yours, mate.
Siren has sounded. Ball's in the air. Ball hits the ground and it's going to be cleared away. North Geelong had to head over the ball. It's going to be a free kick for a high tackle. Yes, that's correct. So from the middle of the ground, it will be North Geelong that will go into attack first in this game. They go into the half-forward line. Gasper's in front, out the back. Ball comes down, picked up. Good hands. Habib on the overlap, goes forwards goal. He is offline. That was quick work, but not the way they wanted to start. One behind to the North Geelong side. That has taken all of 26 seconds. So it'll be the defence now of Corio to bring the ball in. I reckon that might be Ash, possibly, that's doing the kicking in duties. Decides to go with the left foot, brings the ball out long, goes looking for Bennett. That's a great kick into space. He can continue to run. This is Toby Bennett. Goes in the left boot. Don't know whether that kick came off the boot too well, but it's going to be okay. It was okay. Mark was dropped, but picked up and cleaned away there by Jelinek. He goes back inside. Kick was astray. Mark has been taken out there by Reece Tonkins. So Tonkins now for North Geelong is deep in defence. And he's just looking to look at his options. There's a longer kick into the middle, but he's not going to go that way. A short kick. And again, Jelinek slides in and takes the mark. This is Matthew. His second possession of the game so far. So he's got options further afield. He's looking towards the full forward position. A long kick goes in that direction, but coming up, good hands. And I think that's Destin Burns. And he has slipped into the front of the contest and taken a mark and will go back and kick a goal, I would think, from about 20 metres out directly in front.
2 or 3 leads, mate. It was really good.
Yeah, he just knew the movement there. He actually never had contact, or the defender never had contact with him, so he was able to get to the front of the contest.
Just, blokes, you two, just stick to your commentary, right? I'll do my job, you do yours, all right?
Righto.
How about butting in on special comments?
Watch the game then.
So the ball now in the hands of Destin Burns from about 20 metres out directly in front. This would be a good start for the home side. Kick at goal. Looks pretty good off the boot. Straight through the middle. He has his first. Corio have their first. They are one straight goal. They lead North Geelong on one behind. 2 minutes gone. Fairhaven Homes first quarter scoreboard.
What I like about the contest there was that they didn't win the centre clearance because of a free kick. I think it was Charlie Smith that come put it into the forward line. He played all right last time we saw him. But they didn't win the clearance, and they had to bring the ball out from a point, and they brought it all the way around with North Geelong hardly touching it. And to me, that means they're on song. And if they can win the clearances, it's a lot easier from kicking goals if you win the clearances, and it's a lot harder to go the long way. But they went the long way that time, and they've done it very, very well.
All right, ball back in the middle. Great start there for Corio. Burns on fire. Green and Davis to do battle again. Green wins the tap down. Ball bouncing around through the centre. Picked up is that by Green again. Moving the ball forward. Hall over the top. Shark by North Geelong now. Ball lands in the hands of Alma, who gets a quick little handball away to Jewel. Jewel goes out wide to Charlie Farrell. Drops what he probably should have taken. Swings around. But the mark is intercepted by, is that Keno out that far?
No, it's not
No,
him.
it's not. It can't be.
Look like a 2 over there. It's not Toby Bennett, so it's going to be further down the line. Maybe James Box again or something.
Could be, yeah. 22-bet. Ball goes forward now. And out of play on the far side of the ground. Just around from the social room. So almost dead centre wing. Boundary umpire waiting for someone to retrieve the ball from over the fence for him. Not allowed to leave the ground. Ball has been handed back in by the spectator. Boundary umpire about to throw it in. 2 rucks, Davis and Green to go at it again. The ball thrown in, nice throw in. Davis takes front spot, but Green wins the tap over the back. Shark by North Geelong going in forward again. Lovely long kick inside the forward 50. Habib puts the mark down. Oh, no, it wasn't Habib. It was Gasper. Put the ball down. Free kick has been picked out here. And it's going to Noah Jewell. So he's going to have a shot. No, he's handballed the ball over to Alma. Alma inside 50. Goes long and straight. And there it is. First goal to North Geelong on the Fairhaven Homes first quarter scoreboard. The North Geelong go to 1-1-7, leading Corio 1 straight kick.
Can we do this all day? Can we do it goal for goal, goal for goal? Have a look at the boys from North Geelong where they've come from, right? They are, I said before that Corio on by the way they kicked the goal. Well, the way they kicked that goal, North are on too, so look out, we could be in for a ripper here today.
Be sensational, wouldn't it, Grubb?
Well, I had to taught all that bull crap because I was bright and someone didn't even see it. So.
Back in the middle we go. Green and Davis doing the ruck work. So I do most of the day. Ball is thrown in the air. This time Davis gets the ball down. It's cleared away there. Into the hands there of Bennett. Goes long into the forward line. Oh, and again, Destin Burns. He's got a good pair of hands. And if he's in front, he's not going to drop too many of them. So he's going to go back this time. He'll have to kick from about 45. But he will be kicking. I don't think there's too much breeze out there to worry about. And he is confident, obviously, of getting the distance here because he's going back with a deliberate shot at goal. So Burns just picking the grass up. Comes in now, and as he crosses over the 50-metre line, looks at goal. Kick comes in. Again, this time a little bit offline, and he has put it through for a minor score. So scores are tied up early in the game, 1-1 apiece. It's North Geelong bring the ball out from the full-back position. They come out wide, go looking for Jewel. Mark not taken. Ball in front of the contest. Good clearance there, but it's going back in the hands of Jelinek. He picks the ball up. He slipped as he got rid of the ball. Picked up by Davis. He looks like he's going to be tackled. Ball comes out of his hands. Applying the pressure is Jelinek once again at the bottom of the pack. And we will have a ball up which will take place. So again, just outside their forward 50. We're talking Crows attacking into the ground. Ball is thrown up. Ball comes out into that contest. Coming through there, I think it was Cephai, and he can't get a clearance from that contest. Umpire says, give it back to me. We'll have another go at doing that. So umpire restarts it, throws the ball up. Davis front position, but Green gets the ball down. Picked up there, or actually was left behind there by Bennett. Comes out the back into the hands of Hall. He goes long into their forward line. Out the back, Tonkin's able to bring the ball to the ground. It will run over the boundary line, and we're going to have a throw-in, which will take place in the forward pocket, about 20 metres around from the behind post.
Someone's got the fire going over there, Dale. Not, on to the left there, mate. They've got the open fire going.
Got the smoker going. So ball back in the contest. Davis brings the ball down. Oh, high tackle, and it's going to be a free kick. And it will go to Joel Bennett, I think. He'll go back and shoot for goal. So he is well within range. Just the accuracy here to contend with. 45-degree angle. So again, we'll put Corio in front, but by what margin? We will wait and see. So Joel Bennett comes in. Kicks that goal. Starts at left. I think it's just come back enough. The umpire says, yes, it is good enough. He's got his first, and Corio now have their second. They are 2-1. They lead North Geelong 1-1. Almost 8 minutes gone. Fairhaven Homes first quarter scoreboard.
Gee, he just bent that back nicely like he knew exactly what he was doing, and that's what good players do. But I'll get off him for a minute. I'll go back over the other side with Destin Burns. He looks like he's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck here, young Destin Burns, and I don't know who they got on him at the moment. See if you can find who they got on him.
Tompkins was on him before, but he's not now.
No, he's already been moved. That's why I asked. I think he's already been moved. So
yep.
I think Michael Boothie's picked it up pretty quickly. Beecroft, yeah.
Ball's thrown up again. Green Davis, really a nil-all draw. Ball shark by North Geelong, wrapped up in a tackle by Joel Bennett, and the umpire says, I'll have it again. Thanks, lads. Just on the point of the centre circle. Does the circle have a point? Up again, two ruckmen go at it again.
Head has a point.
Davis wins this one down. Up again. I think the umpire's going to have no choice but to throw it up again. Good fierce contest so far. Here we go back. We've got Green and Davis at it. Davis goes up early, almost grabs it out of the air. The ball's handballed out here. On the left by Hall. Kicks partly smothered, going forward for Corio. Picked up beautifully by McDonald, who gets it out. Handball's come across. Player on his own out here in front of us is Flynn Sheldon. At time, looks up, looks forward, goes short. Great grab there by Habib. About 70 out from Corio's goal. Looking for options further up. Goes very, very long. The contest has been talking about Miller versus White. Comes across, Toby Bennett spoils it. Ball falls into the hands of Braden Cotter. Handball's ball across, but kick has been chopped off by Frank Florio. Florio looking for options now. Still probably 70 out from the Corio goal. Been asked to move it forward. Looks long down the line. It's a good kick
That's
too.
a great kick.
It's a good kick. Not much you can do about those ones, Grubby.
No, he's just sat it there for him to run right onto it and gave the defender no chance whatsoever.
Good space. So Aaron Best lining up for goal. Probably 35 out on a 45-degree angle. Looking to score to draw the scores level again. It's a shootout you wanted, Grub. Best coming in now, just about to cross the 50-metre line. Very deliberate. Ball and Spoody's pushed it across, and it's through for a minor score on the Fairhaven Homes first quarter scoreboard. Sees North Geelong 1-2-8, Corio 2-1-13. Ball to be brought back in. Corio looking for options, coming out to the commentary side. Nice long kick down the middle. Toby Bennett, unmarked in the end, takes the ball just inside the centre square. Plays on immediately, swings on that trusty left foot, but there's a bit of an up and under one, and it's been cut off. But no, mark's been dropped, but recovered well, did Reynolds. Feeds the ball wide, coming out to the commentary box. The ball beats all players Right in front of us.
I told Sammy Reynolds to kick it to a black and white jump. I didn't tell him to kick it to me. He must have got the message wrong.
Oh, Grubby, you've had plenty of possessions in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Band jumper throwing the ball in. Davis and Green, as I think Dale said, they'll probably go at it all day. Davis wins it and follows up well, but the ball falls out. Bennett out to King. King on the left, Hall on the left foot, sorry. Goes long looking for Jelenic, just under the ball. Beaten for it by Billy. Gets his handball away. Nice long kick coming out. Davis on his own. Oh, great effort there, but spilt what he probably should have taken. Hall in over the top. Umpire says too high, so Jack Hall will be the recipient of the free kick. Goes in the middle. Going along in the forward ball move. Little left footers in this side. That's a great kick too. Up. Well done by Lachlan Large, who brought the ball to ground. Handballed across. North Geelong working their way out of defence. Smith looking out here for a 2-on-1 contest, and it's Davis and Green. Ball picked up, handballed over the top, cut off. Davis puts the ball back again and has dropped the ball. Umpire calls play on. This is Jelenic going long into the forward line. Burns 1 against 3. Matt Jelenic at the back. Shark by Corio. Ball still in the middle. Going for a kick. Nope, smothered. Play on. Ball comes out again. Here we go. North Geelong through. Tompkins go wide out towards Farrell. Farrell leads in the race. The ball on the outer wing. The right foot goes long. Missed his target, which was Baker. Ball's gone out of bounds and will be thrown in right in front of the social rooms. Here we go. The two ruckmen trying to work their way over the other side of the ground. Nominating themselves to go up. Green and Davis. Will be an interesting battle all day. Green takes front spot, brings the ball to ground. It's, umpires picked the too high free kick, so Green will be the recipient of it. Looking to go long. Oh, he's gone through in the middle. It's ball wasn't taken by Cornwall, but he's good enough to recover. Kicks the ball out the centre wing. Picked up by North Geelong out there. Been rushed over, and we'll have another boundary line throw in. Wish the wind would blow the other way, Dale. In the play over here.
Doesn't happen that often, John. Spider.
Need a commentary box on both sides. Davis and Green will go at it again.
You know what happens today? We move it across the other side, don't you?
Yes, mate, I know. It'll probably come this way in rain. Ball about to be thrown back in. True centre wing here at the Devils playground. The ruck's at it. Davis takes the front spot. Bit of a short, shallow throw. The umpire says, let's have that one again, thanks. Now the rucks will go at it again. Ball in. That one's about to throw in. Davis front position up. Green wins the tap down. Picked up here by Joel Bennett. Goes long down towards Kenyon, who punches the ball away from Tompkins. Out of bounds just inside the Corio forward 50. So we'll have another boundary line throw in. We've gone 14 minutes in this Fairhaven Homes first quarter. Van Jump about to toss the ball in. Corio's attacking 50. Ball comes in. Davis front position, but I think Green won that tap again and the secondary tap as well. Ball's been picked up beautifully out there. The pass has come in towards Burns again. Ooh, almost probably a free kick, but no, the umpire says play on, and out of bounds, probably 15 metres around from the Corio goal. Bloke's earned his cash today, isn't he, young fella? The boundary umpire about to throw it in. I'm not sure we got the two ruck there running the whole ground by the look of it, so Green with a decisive tap over the back, snap over the shoulder, and ball has gone rush through for a behind to Corio. It takes them to 2-2-14, leading North Geelong 1-2-8 on the Fairhaven Homes first quarter scoreboard.
And it will be Dalziel for North Geelong that will bring the ball in, decides to play on, runs from the back blind now, brings the ball to our commentary side, which is good, so we can see a little bit more out there. Picked up by Phillips, got himself in and out of trouble with a quick kick to back towards centre wing, but coming up the other way for Corio was Ash. He can't take the mark, got the handball out, picked up by Hall. His long handball puts the ball out of the contest. Leading in the race for the ball is Phillips of North Geelong. He's happy enough just to see it over the boundary line, and he tried to disguise that very nicely and did so. Umpire will now come in and say, let's throw it in from that position. So just between centre wing and half forward. Again, Corio back in their attacking end. Ruckman to go at it again. Green in front, brings the ball to the front, goes back and does his own work into the hands of Hall. Long handball back outside. We'll find Large, I think it was. Well, he couldn't take it cleanly. Umpire says he's got an infringement there. High tackle, and it will go to Phillips of North Geelong. Handballs back outside, and North Geelong bring the ball back towards Davis, or they thought, but they've gone a bit longer. And that's going to be in the hands of Toby Bennett, who takes a mark. He started the game well also.
He has.
So now he's just looking at his options further afield. There's not too much movement forward of the ball. Just decides to go long into their forward line. Jelinek comes up, can't take the mark, front of the context. BJ was there, couldn't pick the ball up. It went through Phillips' hands also. Goes back towards centre wing. Spoiled from behind, picked up out of the contest out there. I think that might have been Baker. Ends up in the hands of Hall. Hall gets it over to Anderson. Anderson out wide. And again, they have the ball in their possession. Back to Toby Bennett. He goes long into their forward line. Out the back was well positioned. Joel Bennett had it and lost it. Again, outside goes to Large. He goes back on the right foot, back towards the goals. It runs across the face. Stay in. Destin Burns won't be the first one there because he's beaten by Tompkins. He will see the ball over the boundary line. We will have a throw in. About 15 around from the behind post. And again, Corio doing the majority of the attacking early in this game.
They need a bit more score on the board for their inside 50s, though, I reckon.
Yeah, they've had plenty of chances, haven't they?
Well, that's a free kick to Corio. What a stupid thing to do. No, he hasn't paid it.
So the ball now back in the ruck contest, goes back to the front of the contest, and again it's going to be picked up out there by Hall. He is tackled, sits over the top of it. Umpire says no, there's no prior opportunity there. It will come back. There will be a ball up inside forward 50.
Gee, I don't know why he did. He threw the Corio player to the ground. The umpire didn't see it, obviously, but he's very lucky.
So the ball now thrown up again over the top. Ruck work goes back towards the goal square. Leading the race for the ball was Elmer. Kicked it off the ground, went across the face of goal and out of bounds on the other side of the ground. Again, another throw-in will take place from that position. So just waiting for the umpire now. It's thrown back in. Davis gets the ball down. Comes out of that rack contest. BJ picks the ball up, quick hands to Bennett. He swoops on it, kicked back towards goal. And the Beecroft arrives right in time to rush it through for a minor score. It is 2-3 now to Corio, 1-2 to the North Geelong side. We have gone 18 minutes. Fairhaven Homes first quarter scoreboard.
Reynolds looks like he's got the kicking in duties now. So just waiting on Sam Reynolds to bring the ball back in. Plays on. Long down the middle, beautiful drop punt. Looking for Alma. Over the top was it the other Geelong? No, that was Doyle. Come over the top. Ball lands in the hands of Mitchell onto the left foot. Down looking for Miller. Great spoil there by...
Yeah, it was a free kick, saw that.
Paid a free kick for
Had hold of
the
him.
man. Yeah, well, can't get away with these things these days, mate.
No.
So, Blake Miller will have his first shot at goal for the day. On the outer forward pocket. Probably, 30, 35 out from goal. Although not like the old days, mate. There's not really any pockets anymore, is there? So Miller
won't be a problem here, mate.
The distance, distance won't be a problem. It's just the accuracy that's going to matter. So Miller, very deliberate, walks in onto the right boot. Looks pretty good, but no, he's just pushed it across the face of goal, and it's through for a minor score. Takes North Geelong to 1-3-9. Trailing Corio 2-3-15 on the Fairhaven Homes first quarter scoreboard. Blake Miller on the board. This is Ash again, I think, to bring it in. He's the left foot. Looking for options now. Green's giving him on this side, but he's decided to go on the far side. Chip kick has been all over the top. Almost Mark Myers taking my Mitchell Bibb. Does his own roving work, picks the ball up. No, back on the ground again. Have a fight here. Elmer picks it up, handballs the ball out. Snap around the corner, but he's been smothered. Heading towards the boundary line again in front of Elmer, and he takes the ball across. So still inside North Geelong's forward 50, about 40 metres around from their goal. We'll have a boundary line throw in. We have Green heading across to do the ruck work against Noah Jewell by the look of it. Green with a definite height advantage here and wins the ball down to Hall. Quick handball across to Green again, but lands in the arms. Oh, spilt what he should have picked up there. What have we got? The umpire paid a free kick. Free kick to Corio for a hold.
You've just got to be a bit better than that. Yep. You've got to be a bit better than that. The ball comes in your arms, you take a step away from it, and it just falls out of your hands. You know that could have been going into the North Geelong goal there, and now it's coming back the other way. You've got to be better than that.
So BJ O'Toole Goes short. Nice little kick there. Cut off beautifully. Nice little spoil there by Mitchabib. He's been a bit everything at the moment. So ends up with the ball in his hand on the left foot. Kicks it long, looking for Gasper. Gasper picks up, runs through the pack. Quick handball back. Over across to Reynolds. Reynolds comes across the ground looking for a 2-on-1 contest. That's a great little tap down. Kicked into the forward line by Henderson. But the relieving mark has been taken. Yeah, no one home again. So Corio with the relieving kick out to the outer side right in front of the club rooms at the moment. And the left foot swinging along. Just going to go to the head of Kenyon and taken by, is that Miller? A long way from home.
It is.
Need a compass and a cut lunch to get back from there.
Might be doing a bit of ruck work, is he?
He might be too. Miller comes across to Cameron Billy. Billy sizing up his options, having a look around. He's gone further back now to Charlie Smith, who's deep in defence now. Coming across to Beecroft, who's on his own. Now, his options are very limited. He's gone very, very wide, but the mark has been taken by